Show me your papers. What's going on, guys? So, Florida set up roadblocks on I-10 coming out of Alabama, apparently up on I-95 coming out of Georgia. New Jersey, Connecticut putting blocks on New Yorkers coming in. New York trying to, I guess, sue New Jersey for it. You have to have papers to get through these roadblocks. Show me your papers. Literally. And people are applauding this. I'm not challenging people to see how stupid you can get. Please stop doing this. Just when I think, okay, we've reached the peak of stupidness, y'all ratchet it up. Good Lord. So, one of the local news affiliates down here, their Facebook page, they put the article out about the roadblocks on I-10 coming out of Louisiana, or coming out of Alabama. So apparently the intent is to keep people from New Orleans from coming into Florida, because New Orleans is apparently a hotspot with the coronavirus and all this other stuff, right? So they put this roadblock up. They're not screening anybody, medically speaking. They're not taking their temperature or doing a rapid 5-minute corona screening test on them. But they're keeping them from coming in. But reading in the comments on this article that was posted, the people commenting were saying, well, you know, I got a husband that works over in the oil fields in Louisiana and drives home to Florida on the weekends. How does he, what are we going to do? Oh, just have you make sure he's got his employer's essential paper. Show that to the State Highway Patrol that had the highway shut down, and they'll let him through. And people thought that was great. That's horrible on two fronts. One, show me your papers. Y'all do know that our freedom of movement, freedom of travel is guaranteed and protected by the Fifth Amendment, right? I hope you do. If you don't, you do now. But the other thing is, if there's a quarantine in place and they're locking down travel to prevent the spread, and they're not testing, medically screening anybody, they're just asking them questions. You travel from Florida to New Orleans or wherever in Louisiana to do your job, which is one of the hot spots in the country right now for a number of cases. You can come right back through this quarantine roadblock with papers. What good does that do? These people that work over there are going into the hotspot, being around other people that are working in the hotspot. So they're probably they could get it, you know, whatever the contagion rate is that nobody can still fucking figure out. You're gonna have, what, 10%, whatever, 5%, whatever people catch it, and bring that shit right back to Florida because they have papers. And you think this is a good fucking idea? Really? Show me your papers. What are... Over this coronavirus? With a less than 2% mortality rate, which basically is the equivalent mortality rate of the fucking flu. In the United States, using United States numbers, mortality rate is equivalent to the fucking flu. But we've got to show our papers. Oh, by the way, so what they're doing isn't a law. It's an executive order, which doesn't constitute a law. Executive orders from the governor of the state of Florida just like the executive orders from the president, are meant to tell the agencies and cabinets that fall underneath the authority of the president, or in this case, the governor of Florida, how to conduct their business. It's not a law. It doesn't have the binding effect of law. So what happens if you violate this quarantine? Fuck you, I'm driving through. Can you be arrested? What are you going to be charged with? Oh yeah, disobeying a lawful order. Because you didn't show me your papers. And y'all are perfectly fine with this. I'm almost speechless. I know it's a rarity, and you guys are all going to say shit that know me in real life. But good Lord, what are we doing? Not only is it ineffective as a barrier, I mean, it's a measure, it's a step that somebody's, maybe it might fucking work, who knows? Let's do it. Let's get on this train. Let's do something. It's not really effective. You're just bottlenecking traffic, causing traffic jams, which is going to cause accidents. You know, all that. Oh, yeah. So they're not blocking all the roads. So it's not like you can't just drive the fuck around it. But show me your papers. New Jersey basically told New Yorkers, stay the fuck out. New Yorkers got pissed. Well, let's think about this for a minute. What has Cuomo been doing every fucking day for hours a day on the news? Talking about how horrible it is in New York, how bad it is in New York. We're at the epicenter. We are the epicenter of the disease, of the virus in the United States, right? We got more cases than anybody. We don't have the medical supplies. Oh, the direness. Oh, the tragedy. Oh, the humanity. What the fuck you think his neighbors are gonna do? Stay the fuck over there. Don't bring that shit to my house. And then Nick Cuomo has the nerve to be pissed? Dude, you're the little, what's it called? The little boy that cried wolf. That's you. And with everything else going on, the motherfuckers around you are like, this bitch is infected. Stay the fuck out of my fucking house. That's what you get. On top of all the bullshit of hoarding the ventilators. Oh, we're not at the peak, so we're keeping them here for the peak. Fuck all you other hospitals that have actual cases that need the fucking ventilators. Fuck your people. We need them just in case we have a peak. I know you have cases in your smaller rural areas, in your small community hospitals that only have a few cases that desperately need ventilators to survive. No. I'll send you a I'm sorry card instead of the ventilator you need that I have stashed in a warehouse for the just in case. But Cuomo wants to get pissed. He wants to sue. Oh, that ought to be interesting. The courts are shut down. They're not taking criminal cases unless it's, you know, felony capital offenses and that kind of stuff, right? First appearances are all being done video or over online or whatever. So you're gonna assume in 2 months if they open back up. You brought it upon yourself. So Florida's kind of doing the same basic thing because of the hot spot going on in New Orleans or Louisiana. And people are okay with this. It's the governor. Same as the governor of New Jersey telling New York to fuck off, don't come in my state. Cuomo's crying wolf. There's your wolf, homie. You brought it upon yourself. Your sky just fell, Chicken Little. But show me your papers. y'all are fine with this. Y'all think it's perfectly legal and the right thing to do for people to have to show fucking papers to travel. To travel. Are we gonna start doing this city by city? So if somebody lives in Miami, Florida, right, and they want to travel up to Fort Lauderdale, is Fort Lauderdale gonna start telling them to piss off? You ain't coming to my fucking city without papers. Better have your papers. I'm not a criminal-minded person. Some things that criminals do blow my mind because I'm like, how the hell did they ever think about doing that, right? I think you guys understand. But I can just go home, type up an essential letter on my computer, put, some bogus bullshit thing across the top that I work for, such and such a place, and that I'm essential to their business. Scribble somebody's fucking name on it. Is anybody validating the essential letters? Is there a standard form? Are we gonna have a standard form in the United States that is your essential letter, otherwise known as your papers? All over, what is it, 143,000 cases? Was it 2,200, 2,300 deaths in the United States? Is this what we're doing now, people? Is this really what we're doing? Show me your papers. I wish I could do a German accent. I can't. I wish I could. I'm flabbergasted. I'm just... How? Are we back to protecting grandma and grandpa again? By showing your papers?